I'm live here. Hopefully, it's going to work this time. I tried to do this daily update before I went to the gym, which I guess is yesterday now, but my Bell internet has been horrible. I'm switching over to Rogers as soon as possible. And if this continues, I'm just going to do audio updates until it's fixed. But into the news, the biggest news of yesterday was John Morrison has re-signed with the WWE. He hasn't wrestled for them since 2011. He's been in a Netflix movie, Boone the Bounty Hunter. He's been in Impact for a brief amount of time. So it's going to be a good move for him. He's probably signed for a lot of money. And what's up to you, Danimal, too? WWE is going to have an FS1 show called WWE Backstage. Booker T and Renee Young are going to host it. And it's supposedly going to be about backstage news, but it's unlikely that they're going to talk about behind the scenes news other than WWE. You don't think they would talk about AEW since their competition. The NXT rating from this Wednesday was down 15%. Just over 1 million people watched it. It was a 0.32 rating for males age 18 to 34. Alexander Ramos says all he remembers about John Morrison was how Melina embarrassed him on social media. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm not going to get into that because I like both of them. Okay, so let me get back into the news. 205 Live numbers are supposedly low, which is interesting because AEW is going to be almost all 205 Live type guys. But their WWE network numbers aren't good, and it might eventually disappear. But as of next Friday, it's going to be recorded after SmackDown, even though according to reports, a lot of people leave when 205 Live is recorded after SmackDown, so it might not permanently continue to be recorded after that. Supposedly, according to the Wrestling Observer Radio, the Raw and SmackDown crowds did not draw well, particularly the SmackDown crowds. Kid the Wonder Boy says John Morrison should have been kept by WWE instead of the Miz. Miz matches are boring, and he's a glorified manager. John Morrison matches were way more exciting. Yeah, but he wanted to go too. He did his own stuff, and he had success, and he gave his body a break. Triple H has publicly said that he wouldn't trade anyone in NXT for anyone in AEW. Overseas recently in the UK, he made that statement. The Wrestling Observer brought this up recently on their radio show because Kenny Omega is making some pretty outlandish statements about NXT, saying all of their wrestlers would be dark matches in AEW shows, for instance. Whereas AEW has a lot of unseasoned wrestlers too, where at least the NXT wrestlers are training every week. It's unknown if they're going to have a training center for AEW. I'm neutral in that battle, but it's interesting that Triple H said that because Dave Meltzer pointed out that apparently they made offers to the Young Bucks, Cody Rhodes, Chris Jericho, and Kenny Omega that was literally worth 10 times the money that the highest NXT guy is being paid now. So to say that they wouldn't trade anyone, well, why were they offering those guys like 10 times the money of anyone in NXT before they ended up starting AEW? So that's a load of bullshit. Wolf Novel says, wow, that's a bad move by Johnny Impact. I don't know about that. I don't know. He's probably going to be paid well. Who knows what the length of time for the contract is, but he's in he could still have a good run. He's young enough. He could still have a solid run, and they need people. Who knows what brand he's going to be on, but they'll definitely need star power for NXT. I am going to predict. You guys write in the comments. I'll be interested to know. Just write AEW or NXT. Who's going to win next week's. I would put my money on AEW for sure. In Ring of Honor news, they announced earlier today that Jim Johnston did a new theme for PCO. PCO even messaged me about this himself. He's very excited about it. It's going to debut at the Death Before Dishonor pay-per-view tonight in Las Vegas. That, according to Dave Meltzer, ticket sales aren't great for that, and they're hoping for a good walk-up. The place only holds 900, and I believe they may be doing a TV taping there the next night. We have everyone's saying so far AEW is going to win the Wednesday Night War next week. I think they're going to win by a landslide. Meltzer also pointed out today that Tavern's contract is coming up in a week or two. ROH has apparently made him an offer that's worth 3 times as much as the highest paid guys in NXT are making, and he'd wrestle a lot less. So we'll see if Tavern resigns. He's the champion. I've never seen a match of his. I've only heard the name. Ring of Honor has also the contracts are ending, of Marty Scurll, Jeff Cobb, Bandito, and PCO by the end of the year. So they're going to have to make good offers to all those guys for them to stay. As I said before, PCO says he's going to have some big news for me soon. And I suspect that this is not going to be the news of his new music. If it is, I'm sure it's good. Good for PCO having this run of his, because I was around him when he was in his huge depression, trying his best to make it in WWE, and now he's on the up still. He's doing great. MLW announced that Tom Lawler versus Davey Boy Smith Jr. is going to take place the Blood and Thunder TV tapings at Guild Nightclub in Orlando the afternoon of November the 9th. And of course, Davey Boy Smith Jr. is wrestling for Great North Wrestling October the 19th in Rockland on an event with Haku, Wes Briscoe, Savio Vega, Lady Yasmin, Max Testosterone, who just had WWE tryouts. It's unknown if they've been signed or not. But there's going to be great matches on that, including the Blood Hunter versus Haku. And you can see a sample of Blood Hunter's last match posted. Everyone is saying AEW. Alexander Ramos says Orange Cassidy and Sonny Kiss give AEW a bad name. Who knows what direction they're going to go? I don't know. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt still, but if the show is more geared towards that, I don't know if that's going to have mass appeal. It definitely would make me personally not like it, but we don't know what they're going to do for their TV show. It hasn't aired yet. I'll answer a few questions here. They still haven't posted the Wrestling Observer for this week. I was going to do my Wrestling Observer news review of all the news in there, so they're late this week. There's a lot of questions. Thanks for everyone for tuning in. A lot of people dislike Orange Cassidy in the comments. Say what? Says PCO style with an exclamation point. Yeah, lots of feedback on there, but I have some other stuff to do right now, including eat. So I'll catch all you guys next time. Hope you all have a good night. I might check back in if they post the Wrestling Observer soon. I'll read the best news points of the Wrestling Observer. But AEW won, by the way. AEW won the live vote of who thinks AEW is going to beat NXT next Wednesday night in the ratings.